Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is a replay brought to me by my old mate Katsuninken from MI6 Clan, or Kats as we call him. And Kats was brought to world fame and fortune through the mighty MusKateers Platoon. Kats and Muz often platoon at MI6, and they're always keen to take on new members and take on people who want to get into a platoon, and they're always full of good laughs, good times, and lots of games like this where you just dish out a heap of pain on the enemy. And in this replay, Kats is bringing out the FV304, the Tier 6 British artillery, brought to world fame by the mighty Jingles in his Berty the Avenger videos. And in this replay, Kats is going to show us just how good not only the aim time and the reload time, and how quick he can just devastate your enemies. Even though the FV304 hasn't got a massive derp gun, it's more about rate of fire and just chipping away at the enemies. And look at the mini-map, there's about 4 tanks, and you're going to see about 5 or 6 tanks on the enemy side camping at this C8 position. But when you're in a Berty tank, you're in the FV304, and you see 3 TOGs on the enemy side, as well as other big tanks like the KV2, the Churchill 3, the OI Experimental, you just start licking your lips and saying, "You beauty, here we go. This is going to be an absolute feast if I can get into the right position and start chipping away at those big, slow, heavy tanks." So Kats is aiming in at the usual spot where heavy tanks do their thing. You can see the OI Experimental, but he gets taken out pretty quickly by the KV2. You can see he's using Battle Assistant. The Battle Assistant mob, the Valentine's not really moving, so he thinks that'll do for the first shot. Now normally in an artillery, after you fire a shot, you might go out to the kitchen, you might make yourself a cup of tea, and you can even go for a jog in the reload time, but not in the Berty tank. You can shoot against just about straight away. Kats picks up his first kill, one of the beloved TOGs, one of my favourite tanks in the game, the TOGs. Not because they're good, just because they get lots and lots of laughs. And there's another TOG there. And so Kats is going to chip away. Now some of the damage that he's done hasn't been... The tanks weren't spotted at the time, like the TOG that Kats killed just a few seconds ago wasn't spotted when he died, so the damage didn't come up on the damage counter. But he gets another 119 damage into the other TOG. Now they're both in a platoon, those 2 TOGs, and they're probably sitting there going, "Why did we come this way?" Because every 10 or so seconds, Kats is just shooting at us with his little Berty tank. I was looking at the KV2 now, very dangerous tank, the KV2. I still don't have one. I think I'll buy one soon. It's one of those big derpy. It's got the big derpy gun, or the short and stumpy derpy gun, but obviously it doesn't move too quick, so Kats is just going to keep chipping away at that KV2, because every time even though that KV2 has a massive reload, when he's top tier, there's a lot of tanks on our side that KV2 can just take out with one shot. Kats aims in again, takes him for that was a much bigger shot on the KV2, or I think somebody else might have shot him at the same time. So he's also getting assisted damage. Like, he's keeping that KV2 tracked by shooting, and you can see how quick the reload is on this Tier 6 artillery. It doesn't matter that the gun doesn't do a massive amount of damage, because by the time you scratch your nose, you're just about reloaded. Puts in another shot. It's only 28 damage, but he's tracked him, and so it's giving other tanks the chance to put damage into that KV2 as well. Now if you look on the mini-map, the tanks on Kats' side, as Kats picks up his 3rd kill, the tanks on Kats' side were doing quite well on the western side of the map, but they've had a bit of they've sort of stumbled a bit, and they're down by a tank now, because those heavy tanks that are engaging the enemy heavy tanks really aren't lasting long enough. The KV2's on his own now, so Kats is lining up the KV1 just to try and get another tank out of the game. He's turned off Battle Assistant now, and he's taken out the KV1. Only 37 damage, but will take the kill every day. He's already picked up 700 damage, plus the damage that he did earlier when the tanks weren't spotted, which I think was on the Valentine and the first TOG that he killed. There's only one TOG left on the enemy side, and we all know that TOGs can carry games. But KV1S's on the other hand, especially when they're on 39 hit points, they need to be nervous when Katz is around, because that's his 5th kill. And now he's looking to pick up his top gun by killing that PZ4S, a German medium tank. I reckon it would be with a name like that. That shot falls short, but it doesn't matter. As I said earlier, all you need to do is scratch your nose and you'll be reloaded in the mighty little FV304. Now the Valentine's tracked. So Cat shoots again and leaves him on 13 hit points. That would have been heartbreaking. He would have been thinking, there's my top gun. What happened there? He's on 13 hit points. That should have been a kill. But anyway, doesn't matter. He's reloaded again quick. The PZ SFL IVB takes him out. And all of a sudden, Katz's side is ahead. Mainly thanks to all the chipping away he's been doing in his little tier 6 artillery. There's only one tank left on that flank, but Katz's side's only got one tank left as well, which is the Churchill Rustic Clown. That's a pretty cool name. He doesn't want to kill his teammate here. We've all had teammates that we want to kill. And boom, 270 damage, which I think's on the high end of the damage scale for this little artillery. It confirms his top gun. That makes it 1100 damage. And if you're into WN8, it's a 2000 WN8, which is pretty handy result anyway. And now it's time to move. There's no tanks left on that flank. So Katz is saying, "You beauty, I've already picked up my top gun. It's time to turn this awesome game into an absolutely awesome game." So he's relocating back towards the base. The Chaffee's running back towards the base like a little girl. I don't know what he's doing, because 2 tanks are spotted on the enemy side and they're both up there with the TOG. The TOG does its job and takes out the Churchill 3 before getting destroyed by the enemy FV304. And now Katz is trying to work out where he can go, where he can get shots on the enemy tanks, where they're going to be lit. The Chaffee's coming back now to try and help and try and spot. If that Chaffee can spot down this 2 line, then Katz should be able to chip away with his fast firing little artillery piece. So he's got himself into a pretty safe position here. He shouldn't be spotted from there, even though he's within the spotting range. If he stays still, he shouldn't be spotted. And he wants to get a shot on this new STRV M4257, the new Swedish tank. He switches to the battle assistant mode. Now I think this might be a little bit of a bug in the replay. I'm tipping that when he's playing this, he zoomed in a little bit more than what's shown on the screen. But he lets one shot out. Just unlucky to hit one of those rocks in that little valley there. Now looks like enemy arties are shooting at the Chaffee, which I generally try not to shoot at light tanks when I'm playing artillery, because sometimes they're just too quick unless they're doing a passive spot. Now the STRV doesn't move and he cops 438 damage from Katz and his mighty little Berty Avenger FV304 tank, which pretty much wins the game, because the enemy FV304 has already been killed by the German artillery. And now it's a case of just flushing out that tier 4 French hardy, which is probably, knowing French artillery drivers, I know Tugboat drives one. In this situation, he'd be looking for the water. But he gets spotted. The Katz knows he's still a little bit too far away to shoot him. He's probably okay now. And now if he sits here, he might be able to kill him. But that Chaffee, tier 5 American light tank, sees a tier 4 French artillery. He's not going to hold back. He's just going to dive right in and go straight for the kill. Not a bad result from Katsuninken, MMI6 clan. He's picked himself up a first class mastery badge, which is not that easy to do in artillery. Bearing in mind, other people are generally spotting for the tanks you're shooting at. It's pretty hard to get assisted damage unless you track the enemies. He's picked up the Bruiser for some module damage, the high caliber and the top gun, giving himself nearly 5,000 experience for that. Now I'm tipping there was some kind of promotion with experience, because it's pretty hard to get a 5,000 experience game on its own. Looking at the second page of the post-game battle results, 1103 XP, which is nearly double the what the other arty did. If you list it by experience, there you go. 2,616 damage. That's massive. Look at everyone else. The KV2 had a good game with 1,748 damage, but nobody else really came anywhere near 2,600 damage. 7 kills, 1,103 base experience, and of course the high caliber and top gun, which is a massive thing to get in any artillery, from my point of view anyway. 20 shots fired, 13 of them hit, and they all did damage. And a little bit of splash damage as well. 2,616 damage, that's absolutely awesome. Tidy little profit as well at tier 6, 37,264 credits after tax, if you like, and not a bad game at all from the mighty Katsuninken from the world famous MusKateers Platoon. Muzz is away at the moment, but Katz is still carrying on in his little FV304, the tier 6 British artillery. Thanks, Katz, for the replay. Thanks very much, everyone, for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.